The avoidant person exists in perpetual conflict between their need for connection and their terror of vulnerability, creating psychological patterns where they push people away while unconsciously hoping those people will fight to stay. When mutual silence emerges and both parties cease all contact simultaneously, it creates an unprecedented situation that triggers responses the avoidant person cannot consciously control or suppress. This mutual withdrawal forces them to confront the reality that their defensive strategies have succeeded in creating the isolation they simultaneously fear and desire, initiating an internal cascade of emotions that unfolds through distinct psychological phases. Initial relief mixed with unexpected emptiness. The avoidant person first experiences profound relief when the pressure of relationship expectations and emotional demands finally lifts. They feel liberated from the constant vigilance required to maintain boundaries and resist intimacy, enjoying the return to their protected state of independence. Their nervous system relaxes as the threat of vulnerability and emotional exposure dissipates, confirming their narrative that relationships require more energy than they provide in return. However, this relief proves surprisingly hollow and short-lived as unexpected emptiness gradually replaces initial comfort. They begin noticing the absence of someone who accepted them despite their limitations, who offered patience and understanding they never asked for and rarely appreciated. The space that once felt suffocating now feels hollow in ways they did not anticipate. They realize that pushing someone away did not restore their peace, but instead created a different kind of discomfort rooted in loneliness rather than pressure. Confusion about their own significance. The avoidant person experiences profound confusion when they realize their former partner has also stopped reaching out, creating mutual silence. Neither party breaks. They expected to be the one maintaining distance while their partner pursued, preserving their sense of control and importance. When both people withdraw simultaneously, it disrupts their understanding of their own significance and impact on others. They find themselves questioning whether they mattered as much as they assumed. This confusion intensifies as days stretch into weeks without any contact from either direction. The avoidant person begins wondering if their former partner has genuinely moved on, whether they were easily replaced or forgotten, and whether the connection held any real significance. These thoughts contradict their narrative of emotional superiority and force them to confront the possibility that their defensive strategies have succeeded in making them truly irrelevant to someone who once cared deeply. Delayed grief and unexpected longing. The avoidant person experiences delayed emotional responses as the reality of mutual withdrawal penetrates their defensive barriers. Weeks or months into the silence, they find themselves unexpectedly consumed by grief, regret, and longing they could not access while the relationship remained available. This delayed processing reveals that their emotional system operates on significant lag, with feelings surfacing only when they no longer pose immediate threat to their autonomy or require vulnerable action. They begin remembering moments of tenderness they dismissed during the relationship, recognizing gestures of love they failed to appreciate or reciprocate. The person who once felt demanding now appears in memory as someone who offered rare acceptance and patience. They experience painful irony as they finally access genuine desire for connection with someone who has genuinely moved beyond caring, creating grief intensified by the knowledge that their own defensive patterns destroyed something valuable. Pride battles with desperate urge to reconnect. The avoidant person enters internal warfare between their pride and their growing desire to break the silence. Their ego insists that reaching out first represents weakness or neediness they cannot tolerate, while their emerging feelings create almost unbearable urges to restore contact and test whether reconnection remains possible.